Now, from the previous lectures, we have been working on the blog post. But now let's start and understand how you can create a page in WordPress. We understand how to create a blog, how to save it, and how to publish it. The time is to understand how you can create a new page on your WordPress site. I'm also going to show you how you can set that page as a home page for your website. So currently you can see we only have one page on the site. So let's start and create one more page and set that as a home page. So on the menu here, you can see we have a pages. When you hover on it, you have two submenus, all pages and add new. I'm going to just click on this all pages to see how many pages I have. When I click on it, I have here two pages, which is the privacy policy, which you will get by default. And then we have a sample page. So I want to add a new one. So I'm going to click on this add new right from here. Or you can just click on this button as well. I'm going to just click on this button, add new. Now you can notice the page and the block layout is exactly same. You might think that the pages and the post has similar Gutenberg editor. Then how do they differ from each other? Now let me just clear the difference between pages and post. If we take a look at this setting page, we don't have here categories. You can find categories in these options. Because it is a page, you also can't able to find tags. It is not there because we are writing a page here. The pages are basically used to create a static content. Just like for example, your About Us page or a Contact Us page. Right now, we are going to create a home page for this website. The another major difference between post and pages is you can't use pages in the recent post or the date archive. The only post can list as a recent post. You can notice posts have categories, tags, appear in the recent post and even syndicate in the RSS feed. You can't do that in the pages. So that is the big difference between pages and post. Now, let's start creating our first home page. So I'm going to just specify a title to this home page. I'm going to say here home page. And in the content, I'm going to first add h1 heading tag. So I'm going to select commonly blocks and select my h1 heading tag. And I'm going to simply say here my first home page. And just out of that, I'm also going to add an image here. So I'm going to just select this add image block and just select my image. So I'm going to select media library and select this default image. Now as you can see here, we have two duplicate image here. So let me show you how you can delete this duplicate image. Now just click on it, just select the duplicate image and just click on this delete permanently. When you click on it, this will ask you, are you about to permanently delete this item from your site? I want to say, okay, I want to delete it. So I'm going to click on this OK button. When you click on it, you can see the duplicated image is gone. Now you can select your image and just specify that on your home page. You can just change the setting as well. I'm going to just say full width. I'm going to just specify full width to this image like this. Because this is a home page. If you want, you can specify different styling to this page using this styling section. But I'm going to leave it as it is and just save all the changes. Now, when I click on this publish button, the page is published on your WordPress site. The page is saved to your database and published to your WordPress site with the individual URL. Or you can say with the individual param link. The URL for this static page consists of your blog URL and the title of your page. So if you click on this param link, you can see we have a home page slug here. You can notice here the URL of this page is localhost WordPress homepage. If you want, you can change this slug as well. If I just specify here home, then you can see we have localhost WordPress home. Now, before I publish this page on your site, let me just explain this beautiful property here, page attribute. Now some themes have templates for additional layout options for specific pages. For example, in this theme, we have additional templates. So if you click on this default template, you can see we have cover template, full width template. Now, if you want to change the layout of your page, you can simply select this option. You can simply select this cover template, or you can just simply say full width template, right? I'm going to leave it as a default template. And then we have parent page. Using parent pages is a good way to organize your site pages into hierarchy. A parent page is a top level page with the child pages nested under it. For example, you could have an about page as the top level of parent page, and then have child pages, life story, and my blog under it. So it is a best practice to have pages in the hierarchies. By default, this is 0. You can enter a number here. However, if you want this page to appear on the certain part of the page menu of the site, you can just change this order. If you're using the built-in menu feature in the WordPress, you can just use this option. If you're using built-in menu feature. Now let me just publish this page. So I'm going to just click on this publish button. When I click on it, we have a message. Are you ready to publish? I'm going to say yes, I want to publish. Now you can see a message. Homepage is now live. Let me just first back to my dashboard. And right here you can see we have 2 pages in my site. Now from here you can set your home page by just clicking on this option, right? This will open a customizer where you can set your static home page for your website. Now as I said, you can set a home page using this simple link, or you can just click on this setting, and from the setting you have a reading setting here. Just click on it and just open a reading setting. Now by default, you will get your latest post on your home page. Now if you want to specify your static page, you can simply say here a static page, and you want to specify your static page right here. So I'm going to just select here home page, right? So this one, home page. I just save the changes. So when I save the changes and open my website, I'm going to have my home page. Right? So it looks something like this. As simple as that. Now we know that how you can set the home page for your website. You can also create about us page, contact us page, or any page, whatever you want. That's upon you. When we start building our theme, I'm going to show you how you can create and specify different layout to the different pages. Let's move on to the next topic, which is categories and tags. Let's understand how you can create a category and set that category to the post so user can find it very easily. Let's see how to create it. Now from the dashboard menu, right here, when you hover over this post, from the top third option is category. Just click on it and open this category. You can find this category option in this post menu. When you click on it, we have a category screen. Now let me first explain what is category. Now WordPress provides you many ways to organize, categorize, and archive your content on your site. Packages within a WordPress software is the ability to automatically maintain chronological, categorize archive of your publishing history, which provide your website visitor different ways to find your content. When you create a post on your WordPress site, you can find that post in a category that you specify. Articles you post are also sorted and organized by the date so that you can easily locate articles that you posted at a certain time. Now the category is nothing but a simple topic in which you can file your articles so that you can easily archive relevant topics. All content is displayed by topic rather than in a simple chronological way. So in WordPress, a category is what you determine to be the main topic of the post. By using category, you can file your post under the topic by subject to improve your reader's experience in navigating your site. You can display your categories in different places, in the blog post, in the sidebar area, or in the footer. When you install WordPress, it gives you a default category called Uncategorize. Now suppose if you forget to specify any category to your post, then the WordPress will automatically specify this uncategorized category to your post. Now let's see how you can create a new category to your post. Now on the left side, right here you can see add new category, and in the name, you can specify a name to this category. So I'm going to specify a name for my category. So I'm going to simply say here books. And just after that in the slug, I'm going to specify slug to my category. So I'm going to simply say here new books. Now this book category has this new book slug. So the URL of this category is something look like this. It will first has an HTTP address, then your domain, localhost, the address of your WordPress site, WordPress, and then the category. And inside the category, you have a books category. So the books category looks something like this, new books. So your category URL should look like this. If you just remove this new, your address would look like this. it would something look like this, right? So that's upon you how you can specify your slug for your category. Just out of that, now you can see here a parent category option. Now if you want this category to be a main category, not a subcategory, choose none here. In the description, you can describe your category in short. Use this description to remind yourself what your category is all about. Now actually this is an optional part, but some WordPress themes display the category description right on their site. And to add a category, just click on this add new category. So when you click on it, you can see we have a category books, right? So let me just open my all posts. I just wanted to move this post into my books category. So you can see here we have default category to this my first post. You can see here uncategorize. I just want to specify my books category to this first post. So I'm going to edit it. I'm going to click on this edit. We have a category option and I'm going to just uncheck this uncategorize and just click on this books. You can see this books is now available here in this category section. Now there is one more way you can create a category for your post. You can see here add new category. When you click on it, this will just display options here, new category name and a parent category. Now here you can create a new category, but you can notice we don't have slug here. The category slug will automatically take the name of the category as a slug. You can choose this option to create a category if you don't have time. So I'm going to just specify this is my books category and I'm going to just update this post. So I'm going to just click on this update. I already published this post, so you can see we have update button here. So I'm going to just update this post. You can see a message here, post updated. And if you open this all post, you can simply see here a category is now books. Now you can filter all your posts using this simple books category. Isn't it easy? It is. You are not limited to create only 1, 2 or 3 categories. You can create multiple categories to your different posts, right? That's upon you. Now let's see how you can create a tag and specify the tag to the post. Now when you're working with tags, your question definitely comes in your mind, which is what is tag and why should you use it? Now the answer is very simple. Tagging your post with a micro keyword is called tags, which can improve your site for SEO purposes by helping your search engine to find your related or relevant content, as well as providing additional navigation to help your readers to find relevant content on your site. You can find a tag setting in the post section, the fourth option, this one. Now as you can see here, in this tags we have 2 tags already. When we created our first post, we just added 2 tags for that post. You can see here we have PHP and WordPress. Now let's see how you can create a new tag in this tag section. The simple way you can create a tag is to specify a name to it. So I'm going to just specify a name to this tag. I'm going to say here MySQL. Then the slug is going to be MySQL, and you can specify a description for this tag. As you can notice here, this slug is a param link of the tag and can help you identify your post using a tag. For example, you can see here we have here a tag. You have here a website name, the localhost, WordPress. Then we have tags, and then we have a tag name which is MySQL. Now this is the slug, this is the tags, and this is the address of your website, right? Now just after that, in the description you can specify description for these tags, because some WordPress templates are set up to display the tag description directly below the tag. If you want, you can specify tag description here, otherwise you can leave it as it is. Now let me just click on this red button, add new tag. When I click on it, you can see I have my tag here, MySQL. And if you want to specify this tag to your post, you can simply open your post. You can just simply edit this post by clicking on this edit button, or you can just simply click on this quick edit. When you click on this quick edit, you can see here a beautiful option where you can quickly edit your post. You can just change the slug of your post, the title of your post, you can change the category, or you can also add a new tag here. So I'm going to just specify my new tag, which is MySQL, right? And if you want to update this post, you can simply click on this update button. When I click on it, this will quickly update my post, right? As simple as that. So that's it. You successfully specify a new tag to your WordPress post. So I hope you understand how you can create a new tag for your post. In the next lecture, we'll understand how you can customize your default WordPress theme. So I will see you in the next one.